Before we get into the big story, let's catch up on a few other things going on in the world. Starting with some fashion news. Adidas has officially ended its partnership with Kanye West after public outcry over his numerous anti-Semitic remarks. But good news, you can still get a pair of Yeezys. You just have to take a normal pair of sneakers and microwave them for 30 minutes. In environmental news, a new study by Greenpeace USA has declared plastic recycling as a failed concept, saying that only 5% of plastic waste was actually recycled last year. Yeah, and I can't wait to tell this to those people who always get mad at me for not putting my plastic in the recycler. Oh, you didn't unscrew the thing. You didn't unscrew. Yeah, this is why I didn't do it. I mean, I didn't know that at the time. I was just being lazy. But this is why I did it, for the future. But you realize what the solution is here, right? We need to stop using single-use plastic. We just need to stop using it. And not as people, it needs to be banned from the top. No more plastic water bottles. We all do it. I do it. We all do it. No more. We need to be drinking out of materials that are easier to reuse, like glass or tin or the skulls of our enemies. Yeah, our ancestors knew what they were doing. I have thirst. Bring me the skull of Jehoshaphat. Unless my Garfield mug is clean. Is the Garfield mug clean? No? Then bring me the skull of Jehoshaphat. In fast food news, McDonald's has announced that they're once again bringing back the McRib, but this time they claim it could be the last time ever. Which is shocking to me. I never thought people who eat the McRib would outlast the McRib. Wow, you learn something every day. All right, let's turn to the big news of the day. It's about the midterm elections. You know, that all-important day in November where you vote for a senator or a congressman and then a bunch of positions you're not even really sure are real. But this November, there's one governor's race that could change things, not just for their state, but for everyone. And I'm talking about Arizona. It's the state for people who like Texas, but wish it had more scorpions and old people. Right now, in Arizona, Republican Kari Lake is in a neck-and-neck race against Democrat Katie Hobbs. And if Lake wins, it could change the course of American democracy itself. So, let's get to know her better in our latest installment of Fringe Watching. Meet Kari Lake, candidate for Arizona governor and boss who's going to send you back to Starbucks until you learn the difference between a flat white and a latte, you moron! Of all the newcomers to MAGA politics, Kari Lake is making the biggest waves. She defeated a mainstream Republican in the primaries. She's endorsed by Donald Trump himself, right? And she insists on saying Merry Christmas even in July. And every time she opens her mouth, every single time she speaks, you can see why the Trump crowd loves her.
As governor, I will issue a declaration of invasion, finish President Trump's wall, blow up the cartel's drug tunnels and surveillance drones, and deploy the Arizona National Guard to stop illegals from entering. Between anti-American history that's being taught, inappropriate sex education, and the racist critical race theory, or as I like to refer to it all, woke curriculum, it is teaching our children hatred. It's time to take a sledgehammer to the mainstream media's lies and propaganda.
During Pride Month, Lake tweeted, "They kicked God out of schools and welcomed the drag queens. They took down our flag and replaced it with the rainbow."
Katie Hobbs thinks there are 47 different genders. Why don't you go out and try to milk a bull and tell me how that goes?
GOP strategists say she's taking Trump's message and morphing it into her own.
You can call me Trump in a dress any day.
No, why did she say that? Now I'm picturing it, Trump in a dress. I didn't want that image in my head. I can see it now, the balls are just dangling in the breeze. They look like two tiny mandarins. Oh, and each one has a comb over. Why did she say that? Why?